My question is, my wife wants to work, but I don't want her to, since I think it's just not the best thing for my family. I know Islam is okay with women working under some circumstances, but I think we're in times of fitna. And of course, my country is far from being a Muslim country. So I just think it's better if she doesn't work while I provide for her. And she takes care of our home. And my question is, would I be oppressive if I stop her from working, and does she have to obey me? Yes.
Okay. First of all, Akhi Abu Bakr, in Islam, things are crystal clear and it's black and white. Nowadays, under the pressure of the media, of liberal organizations, of ignorant people, of hypocrites who undermine Islam, and of disbelievers, the Muslims are becoming weak. Unfortunately, under such pressure, a lot of the Muslims are compromising their religion. And this is a great and severe and serious mistake. All the scholars and da'is must stay and remain steadfast. We should never allow the enemy to advance. We have to hold our grounds. Having said that, as you clearly stated, it is permissible for a woman to work, providing, number one, her husband allows her to. Number two, and this is an important condition, there is no fitna, there is no free mixing. She is not endangering her religion by exposing herself without hijab or free mixing or being in a place that she shouldn't be in. If these conditions are not fulfilled, it is totally prohibited for a woman to work. Now, if you provide for your wife and for your family, 100%, you put the food on the table, there's no need for her to work, then you have the full right to prevent her from working, even if you don't have any reason. Simon says, I don't want her to work. This is your God-given right as a husband. A co-pilot, when sitting on the right seat, if the captain says, descend 500 feet, and the co-pilot says, nope, I'd like to go right or take another route, is this permissible? Definitely not. Because they have one captain. There's one guardian, one leader of the house, and that is the man. Usually he's the one wearing the pants. Nowadays in the West, it's the opposite and the other way around. It's the women who wear the pants, unfortunately, and this is totally wrong. So hold your grounds. You don't want her to work and you're providing for her, say to her, no. If she's defiant and she's insisting and breaking your word and not adhering to what you say, you have the full right to admonish her, to remind her of Allah Azza wa Jal, to follow all the steps needed in bringing her back to her senses. If nothing works, bring a meditator from your family, an arbitrator from your family and hers, to talk it over. If it doesn't work, ditch her, divorce her, and put your mind at ease, and get someone who's righteous, practicing, that would make your life a paradise, because such an evil woman is not worthy of investing the rest of your life with. You've tried all means to explain to her that this is the Islamic ruling. She doesn't want Islam. She's not interested. And even arbitration, she's not interested from her own family. So what good is she to you? Unfortunately, nothing. Does a wife need her husband's permission every time she steps out of the house? What if the husband is out of town? Must she call him every time to take his permission? The general trend is that a woman must deal with her husband with respect and obedience. Because this is what will admit her to Jannah. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, 4 things. If a woman succeeds in doing them, she will enter Jannah. If she prays her fard prayers, the 5 daily prayers, fasts her Ramadan, protects her chastity, and obeys her husband, she will enter paradise from any gate she wants. And this, by itself, is nothing compared to what men have to do in order to qualify to enter Jannah. So we think. But indeed, it's a heavy burden and a great task for women to undertake. And this is their test in this life. In the authentic hadith, in the incident of Ifk, where the hypocrites slandered Mother Aisha, in the long hadith in Bukhari and elsewhere, when she discovered what they were plotting and saying behind her back, she fell sick. But she said, "O Prophet of Allah, do you permit me to visit my parents?" This, the scholars say, is a clear indication that a woman must not leave her house without the permission of her husband. Now, generally speaking, normal husbands give an open permission. I give my wife an open permission to leave wherever she wants, to go wherever she wants. Because I trust her, I have no problem with that. However, my wife, till date, does not go without informing me, I'm going to my mom's house, I'm going to do this or that, I'm going to visit a friend. And I say, you don't have to say that to me. She said, no, I feel it's my obligation. And this is normal. But if the husband insists, in this case, yes, you have to seek his permission. Having said that, some men exaggerate and they make their wives live in a prison. So they totally force them to boycott their family. Don't go and visit your parents. You're not allowed to see your siblings. You're not allowed to go out. And the woman feels suffocated. Now, in so many cases, such relationships end up in divorce, but after it's too late, like after 20 years or so. This is due to the woman being too submissive. Yes, you're obliged to obey him, but there is a limit when the man exceeds logic and rationale, and he insists, your gold that your parents gave you, that my family gave you, that your friends gave you, you have to give it to me, I'll keep it with my mom. And she complies. Are you nuts? Why would you give it to him? Oh, he's my husband, Sheikh. So what? He does not have any right over your financial possessions. Say no. Oh, he may threaten me to divorce. The hell with him. Astaghfirullah wa atubu ilayh. So what? It's better to live with dignity and honor and set the record straight with this man instead of him using you as a doormat. Yes, you are obliged to obey him, to honor him, to be dutiful to him, but he's not allowed to transgress. So your financial accounts, I need your ATM, I have to know the password. Show me your mobile, show me your passcode, show me your emails, tell me the passwords. Why? You make him wipe his feet every time he enters the door because you're a doormat. You deserve what you get. Draw the line and tell him, listen, hon, we're a husband and wife. I'm obliged to obey you, but you're obliged to respect me and to treat me like a woman, not like a servant or a slave. And unfortunately, we have an imbalance. And this imbalance causes a lot of such problems. So to come to answer your question, yes, you have to ask him for permission, but also you have to analyze and see how the relationship is going so that you can evaluate your marriage.